Welcome to day 9 of Learning React Native. Today we are taking a very important step toward building professional quality apps. We are going to create reusable UI components and organize our code in a way that scales as our app grows. By the end of this lesson, your code will be cleaner, easier to read, and easier to maintain. We'll do three things today. First, create a reusable post item component for our list rows. Create a custom app button component to replace repeated button code. Update our existing post screen and home screen to use these new components. Okay, let's begin. Let's create post item component. We'll create another new folder inside our project called, we'll call it components. Components. Okay, inside that I'll create a new file called post item dot tsx. Yes, now I'll import react from react. Okay, import our UI components like view, we need text, we require style sheet, we require also touchable opacity. I'll explain to you about that. Export default, named post item. It will take item as the object and it will take on press, which will only get in button. That's why we'll require the on press object as well here as a param. After this, I used, okay. So return return on press item. Inside that I'll put view style for style. Let me create a style sheet is equal to style sheet create not create. Okay, now container will be the name. Inside that flex, let me use padding border width, that is border bottom width will be 1, and border color will be kind of black. I'll give it as hash comma background color hash if okay, semicolon. For title I'll use different, so font size will be used here. Font size colon 16 comma font weight colon 700 comma color 111. Okay, now sorry, I need to use comma here. For body I'll use different margin top colon 6 font size 14 color okay, let me close this. Now I'll use that. In style, style dot container text, let us give text style is equal to style dot title number of lines is equal to 1. Now I'll set the title. Number of lines is nothing but telling text cannot be more than this line, so it will take only single line in the UI. I'll copy this same, change some parameters here. Let's make it as body 2. Let's take body as 2, body, yes, and I think we are done with. Now before we move on, let's talk about something important inside this component, that is touchable opacity, what it is and why we use it. Touchable opacity is built-in React Native component that lets you make anything touchable. It is a wrapper for making views respond, as you can see the definition here itself. But it's similar to a button, but instead of only allowing text, you can wrap any view inside it, like images, cards, rows, or custom layouts. Okay, so when a user taps it, two things happen. It triggers the on press function you provide. It automatically reduces opacity, makes it slightly transparent to give a smooth native looking tap effect. This is why we use it for list rows like post item. We want the entire row to be tappable, not just a button. So in our code, this is what it is. Okay, this means on press is provided by parent screen, call it, so it always receives from the parent state when it calls, pass the current post item back so the screen knows which item was tapped. Okay, touchable opacity gives you a smooth feel, better control, and more flexibility compared to the default button component. So that is, I think, is enough about touchable opacity. So let's move forward. uh, we have another component which we use regularly that we already discussed, like reusable app button component. So I'll be creating another new file that will be named as app button tsx. Okay, now let's import React as usual. Okay, and import some of the UI components, like again touch opacity rather than calling button, as we already discussed. It gives us flexibility with type of images, as well as it increases our area by including, as I said, images, texts, buttons, any kind of component, views. So export, we will be adding default function app button. It will receive title on press. You might say we need to use context here. No, because each and every component which we require here needs to be received from the parent. That's why it needs to be tightly coupled. That's why we are doing receiving it from parent rather than just using context. Okay, style is equal to styles. Okay, I need to create another style sheet, like constant style sheet dot create button. Inside that background, sorry, I need to create. Okay, I'm giving a random one. Okay. Padding vertical 10, padding horizontal 14, border radius let it be 8, align, let's align items, center, justify content, let it be center as well. Okay, now I'll add another, we'll have another text as well. So for text I'll have another style, so color hash fff, font weight 600. I'm giving this randomly, there's no, you can check out the internet for the values you require. I think that's enough. So okay, for style button, okay, we have that, comma style on press, okay, and active opacity is equal to 0.8. Okay, inside that we'll have text, let it have a style is equal to style dot text, comma text style, and title will print here. So I think that is done. So here we, as I said, here again we use touchable opacity for same reason, beautiful built-in touch feedback and full styling control. So let's go to other, like header. Let's create our own header. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy style from here. I'll create another component called header dot tsx, same import react, import our UI items text. We do not have any user input being taken here, that's why we will not use our touchable opacity. Okay, now have export default function. Okay, header will only receive, it doesn't have any inputs as such, it will get only title that needs to export default function header. It doesn't have any input as such except for title will be showing, so that one. Let's return, here will return view. Let's have style. Okay, I need to change some styles here. First I need to create it. I'll create it header rather than header. For header I'll require padding, some of the padding, like padding vertical 16, padding horizontal that would be 18. Okay, background we do not require any bottom width, so background color I need to set background I already have, right? So I'll set it as f8 f8 f8. Okay, so border bottom width will be 1. Okay, that's it. For title we have a title here, so we'll keep, we don't require color as such, so we'll keep the height as 18. That's enough. So style here, we'll go back, we'll add style dot header, set view, we have text style equal to title, sorry, style dot title. Yes, now close it. Inside that we'll pass the title itself, so that's it, I guess. So, not here, semicolon, yeah. And now we have created all of this. Now we need to update some of our screens to use our newly built components rather than repeating it. So first let's go to post screen. We need to import both of the import post item, and after that import header as well. Okay, we are done with that. After that I will be not touching this part, but instead of this I'll just call post item. I'll pass once I need, yes, I'll pass item inside this. Okay, on press Let's pass this on, press there. Navigation. 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 Dot navigate. I think I'm missing something here. Yes. From details we need to take navigation here. Okay. From app navigator we need to take that. Navigation dot navigate. Navigate. Details, comma, message, colon, item, dot, title. Yes, I think we need to only close it from here. Okay. And I think I can use a header, this flat list in a header, my own kind of header. View style, flex 1, inside view unit. Okay, I'll add view, my own custom header which I created. I need to add for the list itself, which I'll be keeping it in a view. So header, title, comma, posts, I'm keeping it in this flat list inside my view. Let's intend better. Okay, I think that's fine. Now let's update home screen to use some of our UI, like import app button can be used by home screen. So instead of using this app button, title, style, let's give it has width will be different for each button, that's why I hadn't given there. 220. Okay, let's do the same here as well. App button. Okay, Okay, let's change this as well. Let's add style, width. Okay, I think we can run now. Let's clear this. npm start. See, it is getting cut. Like I have given number of lines, that's why. Even the second I have only given 2 lines, that's why it is getting cut. Go to profile, see, home, it has become better now. See, it is using all of my go to details is using, yes, and it is app button is kind of my own app button is being used. Today you learned how to build and use reusable UI components like post item, app button, header, and or you also learned what touchable opacity is and why it gives your UI a more polished and native feel. In day 10, we'll add pull to refresh and caching to take your lists to next level. See you in the next lesson. Until then, bye.